Story 1. Okay, I just moved to Wisconsin, and Culver's is by far my top pick for burgers. Something about it is just so good. Story 2. I've had the following: Checkers, Burger King, McDonald's, Cookout, Culver's, Sonic, Five Guys, Fuddruckers, Whataburger, Wendy's, Freddy's, Dairy King, a local chain that is long defunct, Dairy Queen, Steak and Shake, Crystal. Out of those, I'd put Culver's at the top. I forgot one. Story 3. Five Guys might be better, but Culver's is a hell of a lot better value. I'm also a fan of Brahms. Their buns are just right for me. Story 4. Of the largest national brands, I would say Wendy's has the best and most consistent burgers. Going down a notch in scale, Culver's and Whataburger are absolutely the best drive-through burgers you can get. Five Guys is not fast food, and in my opinion neither is Shake Shack, but both are excellent. Steak and Shake is probably my favorite burger place of all time, but I do not see them anymore. Story 5. A&W. The burger and cheese are top-notch, and the bacon is always crispy and never chewy. Consistently good. Story 6. The most consistently good fast food burger comes from Culver's. Story 7. I love Culver's, but I hate that they do not want to come to Las Vegas. Story 8. As a native-born Californian, if I give any answer other than In-N-Out to this question, mobs will appear out of nowhere and drag me back to the dungeon for re-education. My standard order is a double-double with whole grilled onion, animal fries, and a vanilla shake. Story 9. If price is not an issue, Five Guys. If I want something clean, consistent, and that will not upset my stomach on a road trip or errand day, I choose In-N-Out. They handle long lines better than anyone. My guilty pleasure is Burger King. Is Hop Dottie considered fast food? It is cheaper than Five Guys and only marginally more expensive than McDonald's. The Llano Poblano and the Cadillac are solid choices for the price. As someone who grew up in Texas, it saddens me that Whataburger has declined so much that I no longer consider it here. Story 10. I like Shake Shack because the beef is seasoned perfectly and the Shack sauce complements it. Story 11. Dick's Drive-In in Seattle serves burgers with a perfect blend of a crunchy bun, seasoned beef, and a dash of ketchup and mustard. They are also a good company that pays its employees well while keeping prices low. Story 12. Brahms. If it's a good location, even a bad one is still good. After that, Culver's, then Shake Shack. Story 13. Okay. It is not the best burger, but it deserves an honorable mention for having my personal favorite burger topping: the Dairy Queen Flamethrower Burger. It is the only fast food chain I know that keeps a spicy burger on its regular menu, and unlike the gimmick burgers most other places introduce every few years, the sauce Dairy Queen uses actually has flavor instead of just dyed capsaicin. Story 14. Good Times was followed closely by Culver's, with In-N-Out as second runner-up. It is severely geographically limited, unfortunately. Story 15. I'm partial to Shake Shack because of their shroom burger. It is a fried portobello mushroom with cheese and is insanely good. No one else makes a vegetarian-style burger like this. Story 16. For fast food, I agree that Culver's has an excellent burger. However, I have a thing for Whataburger. It's probably because there isn't one near me, but I have always thought they serve a solid burger. Story 17. Backyard Burger was the best drive-through burger I ever had. Sadly, the location near me has closed. Story 18. Carl's Jr. Double Western Burger. The new version with jalapenos. Story 19. Burgerville is in the Portland, Oregon, and Vancouver, Washington area. I would put their classic cheeseburger up against any other chain's premium burger. The patty is seasoned perfectly and the sauce seals the deal. Story 20. Steak and Shake on a good day is better than anywhere else by a mile. Story 21. In-N-Out. The burgers are perfectly juicy, have a heavenly sauce, and they come with peppers. Story 22. Burgerville is a fast food restaurant in Oregon and Southwest Washington. Their cheeseburgers and rosemary fries are top tier. They have always been expensive, but in my opinion they are among the best fast food options for quality. Story 23. There is something about Sonic's double bacon cheeseburger that I really like. Story 24. It's Culver's. I'm still astonished that people rave about In-N-Out. I do agree that it's a great deal for the cost, though. Story 25. I really like the habit. The burgers are clean, delicious, and consistent. I ordered a double charbroiled burger with bacon. Their Santa Barbara burger is outstanding. It is like if In-N-Out Burger were upgraded to something like Five Guys. Story 26. As a European, I do not have nearly 2,000 options, but I would choose Hesburger because I have only tried 3 fast food places in 30 years. Story 27. Freddy's, Five Guys, and Culver's. I really like Freddy's California Burger. I love the thin, crispy yet juicy patties. And their fries are nearly perfect because I like them crispy. Five Guys is delicious, but I can rarely justify the price with cheaper options nearby. When I do go, it's fantastic. Their banana and strawberry shake is amazing too. I really enjoy Culver's Butterburgers nearly as much as Freddy's. They are all around delicious. Special mention, Fatburger. I used to go there when I was younger and it was my favorite, really juicy and filling. It's been a long time since I last went, so I can't compare it to the others anymore. Hopefully I can try it again someday. I'm not a huge fan of In-N-Out because I tend to smell like onions for hours afterward. But their burgers aren't bad. Their fries are disappointing, though. Story 28. This is going to be an unpopular opinion, but it is easily Steak and Shake. Story 29. Brahms is in Oklahoma. They have stores only within 300 miles of their farm. Story 30. Culver's is good. Wendy's was good, but after Dave died, the quality declined. Honorable mention to Checkers. The answer is clearly White Castle. Story 31. Bang for your buck. Double animal style at In-N-Out Burger. You cannot get a better burger for that price anywhere. Story 32. I have tried most of the regional bests, and Culver's is the one I return to. The food quality, portions, flavor, menu options, and speed are top-notch. In-N-Out Burger is a good burger, but it is way overhyped by transplants from California. Whataburger has declined significantly. Five Guys is acceptable, but their prices have increased excessively. Shake Shack is average. Cookout is great and highly underrated, but the low prices make me question the quality. I still eat there, though. Story 33. In-N-Out, Shake Shack, Dick's. Everything else is a step below, in my opinion. I have never had Culver's, though. Story 34. National burger-focused chain. Wendy's Baconator, no contest. National non-burger-focused chain. Denny's Slam Burger. Local spot. An Irish pub near my college makes excellent bacon burgers. Bacon and beef on the same bun put you 90% of the way to a really good burger. I have heard good things about Sonic, but when I learned they cut their beef with mushrooms as filler, I could never eat there. Story 35. I've never been to Culver's, but I really want to try it now, laughing out loud. I love In-N-Out, but we don't have one here, so I get it rarely. The Five Guys burger is okay when it is not too greasy, but their fries are awful. My favorite is Atomic, a 2-slider combo with a mushroom Swiss burger and a jam burger, with chipotle mayo, barbecue, and the other white sauce I can't remember for dipping fries. Story 36. Five Guys is pricey, but you get a burger so juicy it feels like it should come with a warning label. They also give you enough fries to fill a pillowcase. Story 37. Whataburger. There isn't one where I live, so I only get to eat it once or twice a year, and the novelty never wears off. And because it's fucking Whataburger. Story 38. Shake Shack beats In-N-Out by a large margin for me. This is not to say In-N-Out is bad, but Shake Shack is just incredible. Story 39. Culver's is great. Five Guys is superb, but don't sleep on a Wendy's Baconator. It's always good. Story 40. I know it is very regional and expensive, but Super Duper in San Francisco was phenomenal. Story 41. If you live in Canada, A&W is the only valid answer. For readers in the United States who may not know, A&W Canada separated in the 1970s and is a separately owned company with a completely different menu than in the United States. Try it if you ever find yourself north of the border. I promise it is good. It offers the best quality, is made to order, and is consistent. You cannot go wrong. Story 42. We have a small chain in California called Super Duper Burgers. Their burgers are phenomenal, always cooked to the perfect temperature with a great selection of toppings. Their special sauce is on point in every way. I have never had a bad burger there. Story 43. National chains present nationwide. Wendy's. Regional chains available in certain states. Culver's. Story 44. Midwest. Top 3. Culver's. Vredes. Steak and Shake. Local shout out to Bebops. Story 45. I took a bite of a Culver's double butter burger with cheese and bacon, dipped a cheese curd in ranch and took a bite, and got a concrete mixer with Butterfinger. I ejaculated in my pants. Story 46. Culver's is the best high-end fast food. The best low-end fast food is Wendy's. Story 47. The only question worth debating is who holds the number 2 slot behind Culver's. Story 48. If you are religious and believe in heaven, I am almost certain there is a steak and shake there. The restaurant's holy trinity is a bite of your burger, a few fries, and a sip of your shake, all mixed together in your mouth. Story 49. Probably In-N-Out, but I'll always have a soft spot for a Western bacon cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. Story 50. As a Canadian, I did not realize how different our fast food restaurants are compared to those in the United States. I have not heard of most of these places. Story 51. Among large chains, A&W Canada takes the lead with ease. Fresh, crisp, real ingredients, always hot and consistent. My only criticism is that, franchise to franchise, the experience varies. Our A&W seems exceptionally good. Among smaller chains, Five Guys is phenomenal but very expensive. Triple OS is a rising star in Canada. Story 52. Blake's Lotabuga. It's a small chain, just 75 locations in the Southwest. If you are ever down there, you must get a green chili bacon double cheeseburger. It's been a decade since I lived in New Mexico, and I still miss Blake's. Story 53. I like BurgerFi. The meat tastes great, is easy to bite into without making a mess, and offers good value. Story 54. Culver's has by far the superior fast food burger. Get onion rings or fries with nacho cheese sauce on the side. Simply cannot be beat. Story 55. If a restaurant does not have a drive-thru, it is not fast food. Shake Shack and Five Guys are fast casual. Story 56. I don't eat fast food burgers anymore, but it used to be Checkers. I like well-made hamburgers from mom-and-pop places. Story 57. I am Canadian. The best national chain is A&W. The best regional chain is Burger Baron. Story 58. Dairy Queen. I am a bit biased because I operate one. Story 59. A flame-grilled Whopper is hard to beat when prepared correctly. Story 60. Five Guys is overrated and tasteless. It is a greasy burger heavy with peanut oil. I am frustrated by how hyped it is. Story 61. National brand. Wendy's. Solid burgers. The mayonnaise keeps them moist, and the lettuce and tomato often taste fresher than at other major chains. Local brand. Burgerville. The best bacon in the business. All ingredients are local and the shakes are next level. Burger places that are not really fast food, also known as no drive-thru. Five Guys and Hopdoddy. Five Guys offers the most customization and I like their bun. Their peanut butter shake is phenomenal. Hopdoddy has more unique and exotic burgers and can add alcohol to their shakes. Story 62. Max Burger in Sweden is the best fast food burger that I have tried. Story 63. I like Wendy's. The vegetables almost always taste fresh, and the meat and cheese are good. I'm on the East Coast, so I haven't had Whataburger or In-N-Out. Story 64. It used to be Runza, but they have greatly reduced the size of their burgers. Among the remaining options, and because of product consistency across franchises, I would say Whataburger. Story 65. The correct and only answer is Shake Shack. Story 66. Wayback Burgers. Specifically the cheesy burger. It's basically a grilled cheese with double patties. Yes, I'm fat. Story 67. I'll go with Culver's. I only eat tomato on the burger at very few places, and Culver's always seems fresh and good. Story 68. Definitely Five Guys. In my opinion, the burger tastes the best and is not overly processed. Additionally, you get many more options for toppings. Story 69. White Castle, specifically the one on the Las Vegas Strip. Story 70. It is absolutely Five Guys, but not in this economy. I will not have it often. Story 71. It has to be Culver's for me. I have been eating there consistently since the mid-2000s. My parents are from Wisconsin and say they used to eat there all the time when we lived up there. Their burgers are grilled and prepared much better than other chains. There is nothing like a good butter burger. Their custard is excellent too, especially the flavor of the day scoops. Story 72. Wendy's has fresh, great tasting food. That is what it prides itself on. Story 73. Culver's. I'm hoping they expand just a little further east so I can enjoy it regularly again. I've had In-N-Out twice. Both times very good, but also the most overhyped burger in the world. Story 74. Price is no issue at Five Guys. On the other end of the spectrum, In-N-Out is excellent and consistent for the price point. Story 75. The most common fast food chains in my country are McDonald's and Burger King. Of the two, I prefer Burger King. One of the less common chains I tried was Five Guys. It was amazing but very expensive. At the time, a regular hamburger cost about €10 and a small one cost less. Fries and a drink were not included and required an extra charge. Story 76. My top burgers from chains. In-N-Out Burger. Simple, very fresh, clean taste. Culver's. Solid burger and overall a good place to eat with variety. Shake Shack. Solid burger with good service. Five Guys. Really good burger but lower value. Whataburger. Good burger, very mustard forward. A step above national chains like Wendy's or Carl's Jr., but not by much. Story 77. Hardee's and Jaggers are the top two for me. Nothing else has really come close. Story 78. My order from best to worst is Smashburger, Five Guys, Portillo's, Wendy's, Burger King, Shake Shack, Steak and Shake, White Castle, McDonald's, Dairy Queen, and Sonic. The first two are amazing. Melt in your mouth happiness. Portillo's and Burger King are similar, but Portillo's is juicier and has far better buns. Wendy's beats Burger King because I prefer the meat texture, and Wendy's ingredients generally taste fresher to me. If Burger King improved, I would rank them just behind Portillo's. Shake Shack is on the list only because the shroom burger is delicious. Otherwise, it tastes average. Steak and Shake and White Castle are craving-worthy but for infrequent dining. The last three are only acceptable when desperate on a road trip. Story 79. I love Burger King's flame-broiled flavor and the use of pickles, onions, ketchup, and mayonnaise. It just tickles my taste buds. Story 80. Nationwide, I like Burger King. Their flame-broiled patties are amazing. Regionally, I miss In-N-Out, but I love Culver's. Story 81. Brahms, P. Terry's in Austin, and In-N-Out. Sometimes Whataburger. I live in Texas. I have never tried Culver's. Story 82. I love In-N-Out as a native of the area. Always good, always animal style. I see a lot of hate for their fries, and I get it, but I prefer fries that still taste like potato. They will fry them extra if you ask for well done or extra crispy. Whataburger was surprisingly good too, but I do not live near their area. Much greasier than In-N-Out, but if you are in the mood for an artery clogger, Whataburger is great. Farmer Boys has a great burger, but they are massive, more than 1,200 calories each, another artery clogger. For me, the best nationwide brand is probably Wendy's. Their never frozen beef makes a difference. Story 83. While Burger King may not be the best overall, every other burger from every fast food chain is inferior to the extra-long chili cheeseburger, the holy grail of burgers. It's as if Jesus blesses everyone made, and only the extra-long chili cheeseburger is what I care about. Edit. Bonus points if you add onion rings. 3 fit perfectly. Story 84, West Coast in In-N-Out, the seasoning on the burgers. Southeast, Steak and Shake. Grew up on these at 3 in the morning. Connecticut, Duchess, the bacon cheeseburger. Honorable mention, New Mexico, Blake's Lotabiga, green chili burger. Story 85. I'm seeing some regional chains in here, so I need to shout out Cookout, a southern chain. They cook on a real grill, so the burgers taste like they came from an actual charcoal grill in someone's backyard. It is the flavor Burger King tries to emulate. They offer unique side choices, including regular fare, like fries and onion rings, plus cheese curds, quesadillas, corn dogs, hush puppies, chili, and more. If you order a tray meal, you get 2 helpings of sides so you can mix and match. And the shakes are amazing, with more than 40 options, all rich and thick and like dessert. All of this comes at a very reasonable price. Story 86. I'm going to go with the basic choice and say Carl's Jr. I always love their hamburgers and haven't had a bad experience. I tried Culver's and the first few times it was good, but now it just feels like their burgers are smeared in oil in my area. Story 87. Portillo's is known for its hot dogs and Italian beef, but it has a decent burger. I am also a fan of Burger King among the big 3. It at least smells and tastes like a burger. Wendy's is fine in a pinch, and I will only get nuggets and breakfast from McDonald's. Story 88. I love Culver's and Freddy's. Sadly, there is no In-N-Out restaurant near me. Story 89. For those saying Culver's, I am envious of you all because I have never tried it. Unfortunately, the nearest Culver's restaurant to my house is in Idaho, and I live in Washington. Would you mind telling me what makes their food so good? Story 90. Hands down, Whataburger. When I was growing up, I thought it was the Whopper. My mom and I broke down on the side of the road in the rain. We pushed our van into the nearest parking lot and saw the Burger King sign. We walked in, cold and weary, and ordered a Whopper. After years of returning and being disappointed, I realized that being cold, tired, and hungry makes the taste buds sing. Story 91. Living in Nevada, it's easy to get to In-N-Out. I prefer it over any other burger, to be honest. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.